I'm gonna start off with some new shit, and this
New
is
shit?
that's right, new shit. This is my latest poem, and I kind of been in a bad place the past couple of weeks. I've been trying to get over something, and this poem is not necessarily a love poem, but it's called "Will You Still Love Me?" Will you still love me when I'm not around? Will you still love me when my heart doesn't make a sound and my body lays deep underground? Will you still love me if I couldn't write poems anymore and my soul rests in peace just knocking on heaven's door? I have done it all, and with God's grace my soul stands tall, but I refuse to fall and patiently wait for the archangel's call. What would my life be like if I never wrote, and through my words I never spoke? Would you still love me even if you were not allowed? Would you conform with the crowd or stand out tall and proud? Would you still love me if I spiritually fell? Would you give me your hands and carry me out of hell? Even when things don't go my way, will you still be there for me every single day? I pray because God is the only thing in my life that will stay, and his love for me will never go away. Will you still love me before I go? I just want everyone to know that you help me spiritually grow. It seems like we spend our lives chasing empty dreams, and as impossible as it seems, we focus our attention on all the wrong things. We commit our lives chasing things out of reach, and through the process, life will teach us lessons. But we must not look past our blessings. Will you still love me if my words weren't beautiful? Could you learn to love me if it was possible? All in this life that we have is hope, struggling to get through this world's slippery slope. There is bad and good that lies in this world's reflection, but God sent Saint Michael, the archangel, as the ultimate protection. Every time I rise, I can hear the lies ingrained deep in the devil's cries. His dark angels hide in the dark and attack in threes, but God's power in angel keeps my soul at ease. Will you still love me if I could not write poetry? Poets aren't like apples that can just grow on a tree. Could anyone truly appreciate the words in my head and the messages I spread even long after I'm dead? Would you still love me if I wasn't beautiful and young? Or when I get old, will I become forgotten? Would you still love me if I'm not capable of loving you back? And the fact that all my poetry is just an act? I don't know, guess we'll have to wait and see. In the end, will you still love me? Thank you. Part of I like about my poetry is very personal, and it's like my way of healing. And I'm doing this poem as a way to heal. So it's called A Special Goodbye, and I hope you enjoy it. Without her love, I feel so much pain and despair. I want her to know just how much I did care. It's been such a rocky road that we both went through, and now I'm picking up the pieces of my heart, living without you. I saw God's fingerprints whenever I looked in her eyes. The sensation of her touch would make my body paralyzed. Lost in her innocence, my feelings for her ran deep. I used to dream of her every night when I sleep. Now I feel helpless, like running water flowing down in a creek. What we had was something deep, so much more than just lust. I know deep down she was someone I can always trust. Her love was my cure for whatever I went through. I'm trying to heal now that I lost you. The hurt in my heart will always burn on as I struggle to live my life now that you're gone. I have to confess, and it's hard to say, that I hurt so much every single day. Like a wounded soldier coming back after fighting a war, I feel defeated and I don't want to suffer anymore. From the Lord of the Rings to the King of all kings, she is the angel haunting my dreams. Through her eyes, paradise lies. I will miss laying my head on her thighs and hearing the angel cries. I saw God's presence all over her face. She's something that I will never replace. Without her in my life, I feel like an empty shell. She is the only one that lifted me out of hell. I got too attached, I have to confess. If I can only go back to clean up my mess. I loved her, I think, I just don't know. So I must set her heart free and just let her go. As we both spread our wings and learn how to fly, I bid to her a special goodbye. Thank you. This next one is one of my poems, part of my new books, and it's coming out this year sometime. And this poem goes out to anybody that have ever had it rough in the love game like me. And this poem is called The Love Game. Sometimes this love game makes me wonder, will I ever find a girl who loves me as much as I love her? When it rains, there will be thunder, as love pulls us under its spell, like living in a mental fairy tale. Only time will tell as demons dwell, living in an illusionary hell. We both get down on our knees and pray, letting God's fate take our souls away, like water flowing down the petal of a rose. Connected together are two beautiful lost souls. The love game can be beautiful like a clear autumn's day, but will only be that way if you know how to play. The love game is known to swallow your heart whole if you let your emotions take complete control. The passion in her eyes as she stares at me, her love flowing in my veins relentlessly. The power of her touch makes me fall to one knee, and eventually I will ask her to marry me. I waited so long for her to arrive. She brightens my path to God, makes my soul come alive. In this game of love, you must take a chance by putting down your guard in order to find romance. Once our eyes met, I knew she was the one. Our souls united, seeking God's kingdom. The love game is something that we all must play, but things don't always end up your way. The game of love can crash like waves in the ocean if it is controlled by pure emotion. Her soul gives out such a powerful glow, like the sun shining down and burning through the snow. The game of love can be dangerous at times if you cross those emotional lines. The game of love, through all the past heartaches that I had to go through, it was all worth it now that I found you. Love is not just a simple game to play. Let God guide your relationship every single day. Sometimes in the love game, you have to wait and see, where finding a mate is your ultimate destiny. Love is something you can't force to happen. It is purely based on mutual attraction. Before I met my soulmate, I've had a long, painful past. But once I found her, my life turned around really fast. Trying to test fate and find my soulmate. Trying to find her love before I spiritually reincarnate. I would do anything for her, whatever it takes. And I've learned a lot through my past mistakes. The love game is something that we all must play. And if you're lucky, you'll eventually find love one day.